Welcome back to Hat D&D Booty, High Seas, Low Expectations. It is episode 3, and we are going to start with a little recap from none other than Chris Trott, who plays Sword in this excellent adventure.
That's you.
That's my name, Chris Trott. Thank you, Alex Smith, Dungeon Master Extraordinaire. I can't wait to recap episode 2 for everybody here at home. Here we go. Monkeys gathered. We thought we're having dinner. And we were the dinner. And so I fired my musket at them, which caused them to scatter. A portal activates behind the 2 pillars, the way gates, and then Kapipi casts sleep on some monkeys to give us a bit of a distraction. Then you trip through the portal, right? Mm-hmm. Kapipi falls back through the portal, and then I go through as well. Top floor of a tower of some sort, on an island, which seems to be a wizard's island. And it's got the monkeys in it as well. There's little alcoves for the monkeys to sit in. And we're like, what? What's going on there? And it all spirals to the ceiling. So we walk downstairs, and we found a workshop lab, which is growing strange plants and then oversized things and potions and alchemical components and things like that, and small critters being experimented on, perhaps. We came across one that Kapipi took a very good liking to, which was a little rabbit with some horns and a horse's mane. It looks like a rabbit with horns and a horse's mane, but our artist, Casper, has done a really good job of making it. And it turns out it farts inwardly to inflate itself, and you can hold it up like a balloon. People love that. You see through you see a huge purple and pink whale transform into a humanoid figure out in the sea. You look out the window and see that, and I found a transformation stone, which looks really interesting. It turns out that person that was a huge whale is a half-orc wizard that's covered in wizard trinkets and the like, and they're called Periwinkle, and this is their tower. And they're like ex-military, ex-navy mutineer, and now doing their own bit of business on their own island. They got their own setup here. They got elementals working fields. They got magically enhanced goods, and there's lots of automation on the island. And we walk over, have a little tour of the place because they're quite lonely, and we see some really like lesser merfolk creatures, like really strange, looking, similar to like the monkeys that they've been experimenting on.
Well, they look hot from afar.
Pretty from a distance.
Then you see like they got like
butters.
fried egg eyes.
They're butters.
Fried egg eyes, and then they're butters.
Butters, mate.
We're also showed a very carnivorous reef which is in front of these merfolk, and the plan for Periwinkle is to lure in corsairs and ships via these merfolk, which you shouldn't see up close, and the carnivorous reef will destroy the ship, and they can ransack or stop. This is a defense mechanism, right?
Basically, anyone who's sort of wanting to act nefariously against the island, who doesn't have like pre-arranged business, they'll often be lured in by the Butters merfolk.
And Butters is a London slang term for ugly person.
Butterface,
Yeah.
right?
Butterface. Everything butterface.
Everything Butterface, right? Okay.
Anyway, Periwinkle continues the tour, right?
Yeah, they get the reef was the carnivorous, so it sucks people in and absorbs them
in their little lava tubes.
Yeah. There you go.
Periwinkle shows us Turtle Island, and there are 6 to 7 huge turtles, and I think that's nothing like Kapipi, but at the same time,
like completely different to Kapipi.
Completely different.
He likes to make that clear.
So Periwinkle's been attempting to grow these turtles as big as possible, but they have a weird side effect of laying eggs.
Elemental eggs, yeah.
They offer us a job, essentially. They offer us specifically 1,750 gold to get some and make some deliveries. One is to return 10 of their mankeys, which is the messed up monkeys, to Periwinkle's master called Flagan, who is a gnome, and he's bald and he's got hair on the sides. That's all we know.
Nice one. Yeah.
To try and extract their intern, because it turns out the mankeys are actually a fusion of the intern that was working apprentice for Periwinkle and is now part of all these mankeys somehow. We also need to transport barrels of crops and 2 stones, which are pocket rocks that can hold barrels in them.
That's right.
And then we signed a long contract, which seemed legit. We stayed the night in their guest suite, which was very nice of them. You request Terrence, and Periwinkle reluctantly lets you have them so that they can go on a journey. And then we teleport back to the island to discover a crisis. Our ship has been attached and attacked by 2 corsair ships. And they've got ropes attached to our ship and they're pulling it away. And we try to engage and try and stop these corsairs. A fire explodes on our top deck.
Yeah.
And Periwinkle's throwing spells but can't quite get them all. And Kapipi,
Yeah.
it fell in the water.
But we left a
Titus
shipment
fell in
at the
water.
top of the beach
Yeah.
to go down and rescue our ship.
Yeah, that's right, the rowboat. So we're now amongst it, trying to get our ship back from the Corsair ships that are trying to steal us, steal our stuff.
So in terms of where the players are positioned, you've got Ross is fallen down between those two ropes, essentially. He's in the water, Titus is fallen down between those two ropes.
Titus.
You've got Kapipi, once again levitating above the deck. Throw back to an earlier episode. He's levitating on the front of the Clumsy Goose. Sword is next
Near
to
the
him,
fire.
basically near that fire. So that fire there was a grease spell that's now been ignited on the Clumsy Goose.
And it sort of worked.
Yeah, you burnt
It
one guy.
scattered them, but they're all just going back on their ship now.
Yep.
And leaving and pulling our ship with it.
The players are currently on the Clumsy Goose, or in and around the Clumsy Goose, rather. They've gained the deck, so Sword has managed to climb up the anchor chain before it was retracted. Kapipi managed to float his way up onto above the deck. They've neutralized a couple of the bandits that were on the deck. However, beyond the fire, beyond the grease spell that you saw, there is still a couple of you can't quite make out behind the fire who or what they are, but you know that they're probably enemies moving around behind it. And then of course there's the other ship, the other Corsair ship, the two other Corsair ships that may have enemy crew and that working against you. What we'll start with is we'll stay out of initiative for a minute, because at the moment Titus is currently in the water. He's trying to get out. You failed trying to get out of the water. And you're in quite a dangerous position because the ship is being pulled out to sea. And if you're not careful, of course you're amphibious, so you could swim down, the ship is going to get dragged over you. Sword and Kapipi, you know your positions on the boat. What would you each like to do now, sort of before we get into this proper fight?
Papers!
Sword?
Kippy!
I'm getting a bit of altitude sickness up here.
You can float, right?
I'm right here now, floating, yes. Can you not see me?
Titus, can you go get him? Like swoop down and offer a pad?
Blah, 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 blah. Guys!
Look, he's struggling.
I'm a proficient
It's
swimmer, I don't know why I'm
oversized,
drowning.
How am I going to offer a pad?
Just, you can levitate down, right?
But I can move myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Here I go. How far away from Titus am I right now?
Good point.
Because
Probably about 40.
Ooh,
so I can't get there.
that's a whole
You could
move.
dash, which would be your entire
Are you being attacked?
turn.
I don't
Who's
know.
left on the ship?
Okay, well, tell me what you intend to do, then we'll go into initiative. So you're thinking about moving to try and help Titus?
Yeah, towards Titus,
Sword.
as far as I can get.
I'm going to try and find a bucket of water to put out this grease fire, which is definitely going to work. How'd you put out grease fires? I'm going to get loads of water.
Yeah,
Okay.
what you want to do is definitely pour water onto a grease
I'm going to get a bucket of salty water.
That's a very good
I
point.
can put out small campfires!
I think it's
Is it
okay.
like a small campfire?
He's going to get some water.
So my intention
Okay,
is to find
right,
a...
we're going to go into initiative in a minute. Right, okay, your intention is to do something about the fire.
Yes.
What are you thinking about doing?
I need to get back up there.
Okay.
What's around me to grab hold of and pull myself back up?
So,
There's anything.
1 second before I do that, I did look into the levitate spell, and you were right earlier. Something you need to do in order to move is you need to grab and push and pull against things around you.
I can't just magically move.
Unfortunately not, but
Am I
I'm going to
close
say that
enough?
if you're floating in like complete open space right now, I'm going to say that you can sort of like
Is it like
move yourself
is
over.
it like being in
Yeah.
space? Whereas if you like just push off from something, you can
Yeah.
keep
Yeah,
the momentum.
it's just like being an anti-gravity.
Am I close to like the mast of the ship or something like that?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I can
yeah.
use to
You'll be
push
near the
myself from above the ship there toward between
Between
the
Titus is
ropes.
between
What
the
this
ropes.
picture doesn't show is all the sails and rigging. Like, each of these ships has several sails and masts each. So, use your imagination.
It's not accurate.
No,
Wait, we have to use our
we
imagination
have to use
here.
our imagination here. Yeah.
So there's a center mast.
Yep.
I use that to push myself towards above wherever Titus is. How do I move
Okay.
down? Do I have to do the same thing?
Yeah, you got to push yourself down.
Okay,
What
I'll-
he can do though is once he can see you, he can manipulate the spell that he's cast to
can move
move
you up
you in
so I'll
any
just
way.
hover above him from
Yeah,
my
so
one.
you could shout to him. Okay, so Ross, what were you saying? So you're looking for a way to get on the ship.
Yeah, what's around me to kind of grab and hoist myself up?
As you're looking around for things to pull you up, there's ropes and things dangling from the ship. There's sort of, several lines and things like that, essentially, is what you've got. But as you're doing this, you see Kapipi float over the gunnels of the ship, and above you, you just see this sort of turtle. And what do you say to him?
Titus, bring me down. Try and grab my leg. Then you can move us both up. and just bring us both out of the water. Can you do that?
Yeah,
I'm not-
yeah, he can do that. He can do that.
Sure, okay,
Because
okay.
essentially, levitate means you have 500 pounds of weight.
Right,
you can
that's
move.
what I was worried
Your
about, the
combined
weight.
weight won't be more than 500 pounds.
Okay. I'll bring you down.
Bring me down.
What do I roll for that?
Okay, nothing. You don't need to roll anything
Just
for
do it
that.
at will.
You're coming down, mate.
Grab onto my foot.
Come
What I
on.
will do though is something else. Right. Okay.
Don't worry, Terrence will get out of this.
You.
Use the extra points.
I'm gonna grab his tail. You have a
Flotation.
tail, right? I'm gonna grab your tail.
I don't think I have like
It's up to you. Some
Tails have tails,
tails
right?
have tiny little tails. Like
I'm gonna grab
you know.
like a little nubbin.
Yeah.
That's not my tail. The other bit.
My bad. I'm now grabbing both.
so he's got.
I've got to handle him.
And then I want to just yank on Terrence's tail,
Yeah.
just to inflate him, just to add a little bit extra buoyancy. Yeah.
Is he bringing us up?
Okay. Right. You have very slightly increased the direction in which you travel, so you're starting to drift slowly upwards. I mean.
It's like a hot air balloon where we have no control over our
Yeah,
direction.
but it's not a hot air balloon. It's like a helium balloon. So it's like there's very little drag, but because you're already essentially weightless, it is influencing your position. So yeah, you start to drift upwards.
Up we
of course,
go.
Titus can control this in its entirety.
Yeah.
I like the use of Terrence, but
I'll move us slightly towards the deck
I
so
have
we
no
can
idea
just
why
paddle our way up.
why you didn't just levitate yourself out of the water, but this is fine.
You drop.
I'm using all my energy on you, mate. Let's do this.
You've got so many spells.
Let's go.
Up we go.
Okay, so as you're drifting up over the side of the gunnels across the deck, I want you all to roll initiative.
Oh no, I rolled a 3. 5 total.
5 total for sword.
Okay, I rolled a 5.
Five.
Yeah, +2, so I'm 7.
7. Titus.
Plus 2 for you as well.
Oh, a natural 20.
Oh my god, already a natural 20.
Natural 20.
That thing is
22,
melted. You
very
microwave
nice.
That one.
What this? Nat 20.
As you drift up over the gunnels of the side of the ship, from inside the captain's quarters bursts a bandit. He's coming out and he's got his arms full
Our
of
captain's quarters.
the captain's quarters of the Clumsy Goose, yes.
Oh my
So there was somebody inside
rummaging
looting it.
in.
He was rummaging like crazy. He comes out, he's got arms full of what looks like, random bits of like beads and pearls,
Oi!
paper and stuff. You for the fire, you hear the door slam open and you can just
Fucking
make out somebody stepping out. You two, as you're drifting slowly above him, he's just down to your left essentially, so about 10 feet from you. He looks up to see a, what, you a merfolk?
I'm a Triton wizard.
A Triton. He looks up and sees what he thinks is a merfolk, holding on to the dick and tail of a
Yeah,
tortle.
dick and tail.
And then above that, a inflated rabbit with ram's horns being held as you sort of happily float up above. So Titus, you get the first move. What would you like to do?
Acid attack! I'm going to fire a chromatic orb his way.
Okay.
So, oh shit.
It's off the table.
Let's see where it lands.
Whatever it is, it counts.
Where'd it go?
Are we counting it if it's rolled
Okay,
off?
it's a natural 14.
14, okay. Plus 5.
That
so
hits.
19. We got a cheeky 12 damage.
12 damage to a bandit.
Acid!
Okay.
Tiny little orb.
He looks up with an arm full of goods and he sees a floating wizard fire a chromatic ball of acid. Where are you aiming?
I'm aiming directly at his face. I like going
It's
for
a
their
face shot.
Always at the face!
And you shout acid attack as you do this.
Acid attack! I'm
Okay.
holding on.
He looks up, frightened, takes the globe of the orb of acid straight to the face. As it hits him, it suddenly turns to a gooey-like acid substance and splashes over his face.
Every time in the face.
You hear a sword from beyond the beyond the fire. You hear acid attack and then just screaming.
It's
All
my
right?
specialty!
And as this happens, you see the guy's face just turn to wax and then flow off of his face and just left with a skull as he drops to his knees and just flat straight down dead onto his face.
I got him!
Stephen,
Nice shot!
Nice.
Hearing this scream, one of his friends is watching from one of the other boats, the other Corsair. There was a man walking up the front beam and he sees this. He sees you floating. He's behind you after your back left. He sees you throw this acid attack down onto somebody he sailed with for years. This is something they've
like
sailed
one of
the
his best
high
mates.
seas for a long
We
time.
can read that on his face. can't we?
Yeah, you can tell. He looks. There's a moment in his eyes where he's just calculating the extreme grief that he's going to have to process at some point.
You won't have to.
So he starts to make a move and he starts crawling over the rope between the two ships.
Has he got a knife in his teeth?
He can, yes. He's got a
I mean,
knife
that's
in his
pretty
teeth.
classic.
He's got a long knife in his teeth.
And he's
And on the handle, it says Billy and Rag, friends forever. Okay, right, and you can see this somehow. Okay, that's his move. He's gonna dash, so he's using all of his effort to get across. He makes it across the rope, and he's climbing over the gunwales.
Shit, all right.
He shouts to his mate on the other ship, "Oi, Bogstrap!" And there's a man stands to the front of the gunwale looking surprised for some reason. There's clearly something going on.
Screaming.
Bogstrap is there, and he's like, "I need to help my friend Billy because it appears that his friend Rag, long time for many, many years, has been brutally killed by a wizard floating attached to the."
Entirely on their tone.
Yeah, yeah.
Voice,
You see all of
dangling.
this. Yeah. You're getting an insane amount of contextual information.
It's amazing how much we're getting from up here.
from the glances.
It's a split second, and we're getting all this.
So that's what Kapipi is saying to you as he looks over your shoulder. He's facing a different
Gently
way.
floating.
All right.
He's like, wait, there appears to be another bandit coming, and he looks as though he understands the deep relationship between the other two. That's what Kapipi says to you. And he also starts to dash across the rope, but this time, this guy's much more acrobatic. He's very slight, he's got a rapier at his hip, and he dances across the rope, okay? He's moving, oh, wow. And that's not the only thing you see. Behind him, there's another figure. A very odd looking, it looks like he may have come from a similar realm of you, but as you. He's sort of a fish looking character. He's not a Triton or a merfolk, he's something else, but he's clearly a sort of denizen of the sea. He's stood on the front of the ship there, looking out at this battle forming. He just was speaking to the other bloke that I can no longer remember the name of, coming across the rope. He's been speaking, he's preparing something, he's clearly thinking. And he looks up at the sail of the Clumsy Goose, and he does something with his hands and then pulls it down, and one of the sails off the front mast of the Clumsy Goose rips down and smothers the grease fire, putting it out.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's
You could have just used water, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, there still might be a little bit of fire going, but the sail seems to be doing a good
smothered.
job of starving the grease fire of oxygen to put it out.
So they did that.
He did that. Yeah. He's clearly a thinker, and he's trying to create.
They want to steal our ship.
They want the ship
But
intact.
they
They
want it
don't,
intact.
yeah, fire is the enemy of ships, especially wooden ships. And so
They shoot grease fire too.
Yeah, because they were trying to tow us away. So if the ship burns, they
Yeah.
got nothing for this. So they
fire
want to preserve.
you
as
can
much as
tell
we
from the look on his face that he's thought about the value of this magical adventuring ship, and they want it for their own. They're corsairs. They sail the seas. They fire. They loot and raid.
Right.
They do all sorts of things. Anyway, next up, Kapipi. Your go.
Can I try it? Because I see this. So
Yep.
I'm like, we're all on the same side here. Can we just talk about all this? Because I'm still up high.
Who are you shouting that at?
To people in earshot. Was that guy in earshot?
Which one? The
guy that just
the fish-like
made the
creature.
fire out.
He looks at you and it's just, are you kidding? He's just seen one of your compatriots brutally, kill one of
Is
his.
it obvious to me who's leading this charge?
It seems as though this person has an air of. When you say leading this charge, you mean who's in charge?
Who would be the one to
Barking
call
orders.
off the attack? Kind of.
It would probably be this
It would be this
figure
guy.
on the bow of the ship, because he's got like a sort of what looks like a staff. All of the bandits and things, they seem to be deferring to him. He seems much calmer, more in control.
Mate, are you sure there's no way we can just talk about all this? No one needs to get hurt. Some of your men have already got very badly disfigured.
Huh, we can talk, yes, but only when you're at the bottom of the ocean. And he finds that very sort of, he feels like he's come up.
I won't be able to talk under the ocean.
Enough! Do you want to do anything else?
Can I use any sort of, because my spells are very based around charming people.
Yeah.
Can I use any of that from up here to try and convince him?
What
or
have
is
you got?
I've got charm person.
Tap on it. They have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw.
30 foot. Is he 30 foot away?
No, not really.
So it doesn't work.
No,
Alright,
the bandits are having to dash to cover that distance, so it's more than 30 feet.
All right, well you asked for it then. Titus, can you move me over the ship?
I'll do my best.
Basically, I've got a claw attack, so I kind of want to be let down from above, so I can go crazy with my claws on someone.
Yep. Yeah.
If Titus can move me over
Yeah.
there.
I'll let you do that as
Am
an
I still
action.
hanging on to him? Or am I on the ship?
You're dangling from the bottom. Your feet are only 8 feet above the deck of the ship. Above you, you have Kapipi, where you're holding onto his tail and something else. And above him is his little Terrence.
Because the fire's out now, so I'm like, Titus, the fire's
Okay.
out. Let's move over there. We'll lower it down. We're no good up here.
Yep.
But when you lower us down, bring us down instantly, and I'll go ham with my claws.
Let's do it.
I think that, like, as your action, I'm perfectly happy with you telling him to do that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and I'll give it a bonus action as you, yeah. So you guys, as your action, you can bring yourself down to the deck without the end of your turn.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'll bring us down. Gently.
Okay, excellent job. So on your left, you've got one staircase that goes up onto the rear raised bit of the ship, where the steering wheel is above the captain's quarters. You hit a guy on the left who came out of the captain's quarters. However, walking down the other staircase now is a large, brutish-looking bandit corsair. He is wearing a very fancy red and black head wrap. Seems to be a mark of seniority. And he's walking down and he's like, "Oh, hello, got some playthings, have I?" And he's drawn his sword and he goes to engage with you.
There's a lot of them.
There are a lot, yeah, jeez.
Now, he will, first of all, engage you. And he'll engage both of you. So he goes to fight. He pulls out a large scimitar, large curved blade, and this guy's Jack. And basically, I mean, imagine The Rock. That's who you're fighting right now. He's got a.
If we're going to get this into a movie, we have to cast
We
him.
will have.
Yeah, exactly.
Dwayne
3/4 length trousers with some leather ankle-high boots, and shirtless with just a sash down and a black and red bandana. He draws his big, angry, ugly scimitar and he goes to engage with you. He makes an attack. He attacks Titus first. He rolls a 20, which I presume hits you.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
That must hit me, yeah. Surely.
Yep. Okay.
You got a 12.
You take 8 damage.
Wow, ouch. Pretty big.
He slashes down at Titus, cutting him badly up and to the right of his shoulder. You receive a cut across the middle of your torso.
Titus, no!
The scimitar bites deep, and he smiles as your blood splashes the deck. He turns on his backswing. He turns and tries to engage you. He swings his scimitar once more. He rolls a 10 to hit.
My armor class
Are they
is
on
a
the
17.
top ship or the bottom ship?
They're now on the just a regular deck. So he's come down the stairs.
which-
no,
blue.
he's on the Clumsy Goose. You're all on the Clumsy
Oh,
Goose. at
we're
this point.
all on the clumsy.
Yeah. Apart from the.
Is there a leader bandit and then a hench bandit?
No, this hench bandit they're fighting is like the leader of. He's like a sergeant.
And then there's the dexterous one as well.
Yeah, that's just another bandit
So there's
who's run.
two bandits.
There are 3
we can
bandits
see.
in total now.
Okay.
So the two are coming across the ropes from the other ships. This one was already on the ship. You just didn't spot him. And then there's another figure who looks like an even more senior, sort of like a mage or priest of the deep on the other ship.
He's
who
the
hasn't-
guy that put the fire out.
So he swings for you. You manage to turn your back slightly and take the blow on your shell, and it just bounces straight off like skitters. Ting! Ha! So he went up like this. He caught Titus, and then he comes back down. But you turn and you just cling. His scimitar harmlessly clatters off the back of your hard shell. Hidden in his left hand, behind his back, is this angry, evil-looking dagger, which he pulls and tries to go for your leg, just as you think you've
he's
stopped
got
it.
2 attacks.
That's a 9, which I'm guessing also missed.
Armor 17. Is it against the armor class?
Yep, your AC, yep.
17 AC.
So he tries to stab for your foot, but you're quick enough to pull your foot back, and his dagger gets stuck into the deck.
Is he trying to yank it out?
He's trying to yank it out now. He's trying to yank it out. Right, next up, sword.
Get him, sword!
Christ, there's so many to choose from.
Cut me deep, sword! Get him!
I'm inspired! I'm gonna get a vial and pop it off my ammo belt, which I have across my chest.
Your bandolier, yeah.
It's got like fizzing and bubbling liquid on the inside. Ray of fucking sickness! My arc kit.
Okay.
Woo! And it's gonna attempt to smash the massive dude that's attacking Kapipi. I've got a 19!
That hits.
And then I'll roll for damage.
Get him good!
Ray of fucking sickness! That's 15 points of ray of sickness
Damn,
damage.
good job.
It's poison damage.
Okay, what does that look like?
And
So,
they must make a constitution saving throw, please.
okay.
If you fail, you're also poisoned next turn.
Nat 20, sorry.
Okay, so it's just this turn that you get the damage then.
It hits him, and he just pukes it up. Oh, it's going to take a bit more than that. Got a strong stomach. And he sort of like, it hits him, it clearly affects him, but then he pukes it right back out.
You wait for the acid, and I point at the skull head.
It was a weakling anyway.
I do 2 combat rolls towards, but not too close.
This guy can roll.
He pulls after each one.
Fucking hell, it's like I'm eating. Okay, anything else you want to do?
That's it.
Okay.
I start pumping my musket.
The Wizard of the Deep, let's call him. This tall,
Deep wizard.
fish-looking man. He's got a cloak that looks as though it might be made of seaweed almost. He wears simple shorts almost, just to protect his dignity and stop anyone looking. But other than that, his feet are bare. He has bluish, purplish skin with the odd barnacle attached to it. So it looks like he spends a lot of time under the water. He steps up onto the bow of the ship, and at the front there's a barrel of water, which he kicks over. The top falls, and as the water splashes out over the gunwale of the, which is like sort of the edge, the balustrade of the ship, the water, instead of falling off of the edge of the ship and down, it seems to flow forward and across, as if it's running across an invisible floor between your ship and their ship. So the water flows, and it creates this sort of intangible flat bridge almost between your two ships. He steps over the gunwale and calmly and slowly starts to walk across this water bridge he's created.
Time to bring out the big guns. All the same guns. I'm going to get this guy with acid again. It's my acid hit. I'm going for a chromatic orb. How many times can I do that? Is it 4 times?
How many spell slots have you got?
I've got 2 more.
So technically,
2 more times?
So I can,
they're right next to each other, aren't they? Are you going
I'm
for
really
the rock?
close to I'm going for the rock guy, because the other guy's
So-
walking across, right?
If it's a spell attack from range, it's disadvantage because you're right next to him.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, should I just get burning hands?
Yeah?
Maybe I should just...
Is that touch? Yeah. Oh no, that just does a cone.
That's a cone.
Oh, yeah, that
I
would
might
be
set fire to the ship.
fires, fire.
Fire is fire. Magic missile?
That's guaranteed to hit. Or if you want to
I'm
run
going to go right ahead and...
just risk it.
I'm going to burn him with acid again. I want the acid attack.
Yeah. So you just roll twice and then take the lower number.
Take my acid orb, bitch! What was that,
It's a 9.
9.
Plus...
Roll again. It could be worse.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a
it
4.
is.
That was worse. No! Man, acid!
Oh.
What do I add here? Nothing on this.
5.
Plus 5, so 9.
Oh, 9.
Fortunately, that is not enough to hit this bandit captain.
I'm wounded.
He sees you sort of uselessly try another one of these acid attacks. But unfortunately, the orb drifts lazily over his shoulder and out to sea.
Poor fish. Poor fish.
It spreads. It dilutes in the water.
Would you like to do anything else? You can move, you can say something.
I would like to move further backwards. So
That does provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh,
So
so if I stayed still,
you wouldn't get
So
that.
attack
However, you're
opportunity,
still going to
I'm
be in
so
range
wounded
for when
right
it's
now.
his turn next. So it's almost like you're taking a risk.
I'm gonna roll backwards.
Okay?
I need to like roll.
You succeed.
Oh,
I've already done
nice.
the roll.
Oh.
Yeah, you succeed and you back away. He sweeps. He's still trying to get his dagger out of the deck anyway. So he notices you move back. And he's like, oh, for God's sake! And he pulls his dagger out, but you manage to get back and disengage. Where do you want to move to?
I just want to roll
Towards me.
right towards.
You should roll
this dude.
towards sword. Yeah.
I was combat rolling forward and you
Okay.
can combat
I
roll
don't really like-
backwards.
So you combat
I'm like going.
roll
I'm diving.
backwards, which you succeed at.
Nice.
This is the position.
weird roll.
Remember, when you do fancy things,
I know.
you increase the difficulty. You succeed by you just fall backwards, and then at the last moment, perfectly roll backwards somehow.
Somehow managed to
Like roll your Triton physiology allows your back to be more flexible, like more of a fish kind of thing. So you manage to, at the last second, sort of almost fold yourself up like
Yeah.
a roll mop heron, or a heron roll mop. And yeah, you roll backwards, back towards sort of more the center front of the ship, where sword is next to you, a few feet away from you.
I'm pumping that musket
Always
hard.
pumping that
Getting
musket.
there. I missed him with the acid.
One of the bandits jumps over the gunwale. Is the one that was coming from the ship that had the first ship. He jumps over the back, up onto the top of the forecastle, the rear of your ship, the clumsy goose. He's up by the steering wheel, and he jumps over the railing and down, and he sees Kapipi all alone. He's next to the rock.
But haven't
aka
I still got
bandit.
the guy in front of me that's trying to get the dagger out the floor?
Yeah, he's pulled the dagger out now. So it's
Has
both
it?
the bandit and the rock, let's call him. The rock and the bandit now are in front of you. He sees you, goes for an attack, pulls a short sword, and goes to attack you. He will roll to hit you, Kapipi. He rolls a 13.
Not enough.
How do you deflect it?
What-
Describe it.
How's he hitting me?
He's
Like what?
literally got a sword.
Oh,
He's
okay.
jumped down over the railing and he's gone. and just does like an overhand sweep.
I do like a twirl on the spot, complete 360, but I perfectly time it so that my shell is facing his sword swipe at the time, so it's just like a
Ting!
and it
What the hell? He tries one more time to hit you.
do it again.
He misses once again. Ting! It's bloody turtle. Okay, that's it. That's his turn. He manages to flank both of his attacks.
It's actually a benefit for turtles to turn their back to an enemy.
Yeah. The very sprightly and spry, dexterous bandit who was running across the rope also jumps over the folk sword, also goes to swing for Kapipi. You're now getting surrounded, so he's going to attack with advantage here.
Might need a little help up here soon, guys.
He rolls an 18.
That
hits?
is 17, yeah. So.
Okay. So he sweeps and he does 8 damage.
Oh.
So Kapipi's really quite valiantly defending himself here. He's getting surrounded on all sides. Ting, ting, the shell is doing some serious work. However, you can't spin every time, Kapipi, and unfortunately, as you're going through another spin,
Third time's the charm.
the dexterous one comes over, slices a low slice. He drops his foot down so he comes in low, slices you across the inner hamstring.
Oh. My hamstring.
Okay,
Nice
all right,
hamstring.
but Kapipi, it's now your go.
My turn. There's 3 guys around me, right?
Yeah.
I haven't tried this yet. I really want to try the claws melee attack that I've got here.
I thought you were going to say something really good then. You're literally going to attack him with your hand. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, well, it's an attack I've got.
Yeah.
When you hit them, you strike deals 1d6 plus your strength modifier slashing damage.
So roll a hit first.
Which one are you
D20 plus
targeting? You're targeting the rock or his two mates?
The guy that hit me, I'm more pissed off about
Okay,
him right now.
the dexterous bandit.
Yeah. Do I roll?
3. Roll it.
Yep, roll to hit.
14.
You hit.
So 17.
You hit.
Whoa.
5.
5 damage. 5
Basic
damage.
claws.
5 damage. Sing, sing, sing. So how do you do it? Explain what you do.
It's literally that. I'm like running at him, spinning my arms and just getting my claws out.
It's really feral. Right, okay.
It's like a cat's claws where they
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
get
The
shot.
Zark is doing his turtle, but yeah.
And then just
scrape
really
his face.
scratch him up as much as I can.
Oh, God.
Right in the face.
God, get him off me! Get him off me! The bandit shouts to his other mates. Okay, nice. Want to do anything else? Move? Is that all you can just some claw attack? That's it?
What do you mean just some claw attack? It hits
Basically,
him.
that's essentially an unarmed strike, which is like last resort for most characters.
Oh, right. Well, I just
yeah.
knew saw something that I had to.
You have the natural claw attack, which gives you like an upside to doing it, but
I guess I can't do any more attacks now, though. Can
No.
I? Okay, that's fine because I've still got my.
if you move, you're going to take an attack of opportunity from 3 different people as well.
I'll just stay there for now and hope that these guys come and help me.
Yeah, cool. Okay, good job.
Thank you. Very good job by me there.
I've got your HP is here a 13 out of 24, is that right?
Yeah, well, you just gave me 8 points of hit damage, right? And I was already at 21 before that.
Yeah. Right, next up is the rock.
no.
Right. Time to get this turtle off, bloody
Sounds
shell
like the Rock.
bastard. The rock is about to take his attack. He goes, right, time to attack, time to get rid of this bloody turtle. I love turtle soup, he says, and other turtle-based insults.
I'm a turtle. We're different.
You're going to be dead, wherever you are. And he rolls to hit. 21.
Oh, God.
He hits.
He's a
He
bit chunky man
does
too.
9 damage.
Oh no. I'm going to have 4 left.
You could die here.
Certainly could.
He swings with his scimitar. He hits you in the other leg. Both your legs are bleeding quite badly now. You're struggling to keep your feet footing.
Guys, I'm in a bad way.
He smiles at this. He's happy to see you bleeding out onto the deck. He's looking forward to taking some revenge for you killing his mate, and he's looking forward even more to getting this ship and taking it back to his boss. As he does this, he pulls his favorite dagger. Sing! This little curved, angry little thing with chinks out the edges. He tries to stab you, but he rolls a 14.
Oh.
So once again, you spin.
As
Present your
much as
shell.
I can. It's a slower spin this
It's
time.
a slower
'cause my
spin because
legs-
both of your legs are bleeding quite badly.
Go on, just stab me there, will you?
And he tries to stab, but the dagger holds firm. It's stuck in your shell, and as you spin round, you rip it from
I
his
take
hand.
it with me.
My dagger! That's my favourite.
It's my favourite now.
Okay, sword. Your
I
go,
really
sword.
hope that was something profound. It's my favourite now.
You see Kapipi getting cut to pieces.
Where
no!
are these two right now? I can't
At
remember.
the back.
You're at the back.
No, well, they're at the front of the ship.
Can I
So if you've got the ship...
Or behind him, though.
Here's the top of the ship. Yeah. They were where the fire was. When you first climbed up over the front of the anchor, they're now stood sort of slightly where the fire was.
I drop the musket and I combat roll forward
Okay.
3 times.
3 combat. Like a droidica.
And I
And you
rise.
pop up, deploy your bubble shield.
And I've got a Morning Star this time. I'm going to attack with that using Green Flame Blade.
I hope this is high power because it seems.
I'm taking the one closest to me
Nice.
that's engaged with Kapipi, which I assume is just the regular bandit. 14 to hit.
Yep.
That does hit. Okay, sweet. On a hit, the target suffers the weapon's attack normal effects, and you can use the green fire to leap from the target to a different creature of your choice that you can also see within 5 feet.
Nice.
The second creature takes fire damage equal to your spell casting ability modifier. So,
You do 8 to the primary target.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm going to do +3 to the rock.
The rock. Okay, nice.
Take that!
He takes 3 damage as this fire leaps from his compatriot onto him.
You're not taking this shit!
He's trying to pat it out, like it's just on his chest.
I pound my chest.
All right, okay.
But you can't hit me!
Whoa! Let's get this little bastard. What the hell are you anyway?
I'm an
What's
upgraded
this
goblin.
freakish crew? Who are these 3? Okay, Sword, you're in the fight.
Yeah, I'm trying to invoke and provoke attacks, but obviously that's down to your discretion.
You want to do anything else?
Burn him!
That's basically it for me.
Okay, following this heroic attempt by Sword, the water mage steps from his bridge made of flowing water onto the deck of the Clumsy Goose, and sort of dark foreboding sort of fills the air around you particularly.
Is he on like the top bit?
He's stepped over the edge.
rear?
No, he's on the same deck as you. He's amongst you. He's
Oh my
between you and Titus now. So he stepped off of his little river bridge onto the deck, and he doesn't seem to be worried. He doesn't seem to
Not phased.
he doesn't seem to be phased. As he steps onto the deck, he looks around, examines the situation very calmly, almost without emotion. He bends down, touches the deck, and as he does, black squirming ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square on the ground.
Oh god.
These flow out from the position he touches, essentially creates an area of difficulty between Titus and you two. The area is now writhing, flowing, the deck is covered in this sort of ethereal tentacle mass. As this happens, it reaches out to the legs of Kapipi and Sword and attempts to bind you. If you guys can give me dexterity saving throws, please.
Trying to kill us really early.
Ooh, I got 19 plus
That's good. Nice.
1, so 20.
You succeed. Sword, you notice these tentacles sort of creeping over the deck and try to wrap your ankles, and you
Fuck off, that's fucked up!
do another combat roll away from the situation. Because of this bizarre happening, the bandits aren't really noticing what you're doing, so it doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. You roll slightly away from them, closer towards the captain's quarters, and you can turn, and now you're facing the Rock and his bandit compatriots, who are now facing you with the tentacles behind them.
Fuck you, and you, and you!
Okay.
And
right.
him!
Yeah,
And I point at the spell guy.
The guy's taking notes of who's been fucked exactly. No, he doesn't.
You're all going
BP,
down!
what did you roll? Dexterity saving throw.
I haven't done it.
Remember, you can. I think it might even be a bonus action. You can withdraw within your shell to get an AC bonus.
I
as
can,
well.
but
That does not look good.
I've rolled a 2.
Okay. So, Kapipi, your legs are bound by these dark, black, gooey tentacles. They touch your ankles at first, as you notice, and then as they sense
they're open
your
wounds.
skin, they
Oh,
suddenly,
stings.
viciously grab onto you, and they're holding you in place. Okay. It doesn't look good.
I can't move,
Look at
it
PP.
doesn't look good, guys. I'm
I've
very
seen this.
badly wounded.
You take
Oh fuck!
6 damage.
I'm gonna kill him.
Guys, I think this might be it for me.
You see the tentacles squeeze his legs, wrap harder, harder still, as they move further and further up his body and grip him and tighten him until they're starting to asphyxiate him. He falls unconscious and his head droops, held there like some sort of grim statue by these tentacled, this tentacled mass.
My god. Kapipi, no!
Titus, it's your go.
What is happening? Jesus Christ! So who's alive on the ship and who's like attacking?
All
so we've
of
got
the
the rock
enemies
guy.
are alive.
We've
So-
got one bandit, and then
On the deck, you've got a dexterous bandit, the one that ran
Yeah.
across the rope. You've got the water mage, or this sort of strange priest-like character of the deep. You've got the rock bandit, this big buff bandit who's looking to fight, and then you've got another just regular corsair bandit kind of character.
We're overwhelmed.
we really are.
Periwinkle throwing spells still?
Periwinkle's nowhere to be seen.
I don't know.
You got any equipment? No. Got
Titus,
spells.
as you're looking across the deck at what's happening here, you're seeing Kapipi being
see the
choked
light!
to within an inch of his
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got Sword very bravely trying
Combat rolling.
to bait and fight them, but he seems like he's not going to do too well against this many bandits. You notice off to the north of the ship, so if you look past this Corsair ship here,
Yeah.
you see something in the water, and it's just above the water. You see this, remember that image you've got that you edited for me? You see this sort of thing. It looks like a ship, a small ship or a boat or something is coming at
something.
some pace towards
is that?
towards the clumsy goose.
Something is coming.
At first you see sort of this, it's difficult to spot, this low profile object moving through the water. It's traveling in a straight line towards the clumsy goose. It's coming at a good pace, perhaps 20 knots or so. It's coming to about 100 meters now away from the ship. And you notice something else. As it gets closer and closer, the ship seems to be starting to raise out of the water. So as it closes with you, it gains more and more speed until a craft lifts out of the water. Okay, here we go. This is what you see. As this sort of prawn-shaped craft lifts out of the water, it increases in
Amazing.
speed. It's going about 30 knots now, and it's closing rapidly. It's probably about to make contact with the ship in about 10 seconds. As the ship lifts out of the water, a hatch opens up, and onto what looks like a boarding ramp steps a very determined, very focused looking Loblin with a spear aloft. Okay?
Look, a Loblin!
You hear Titus shout, "Loblin incoming!" Right?
Boys, we gotta cut our fucking losses and bail out.
Okay. So yeah, you don't know what's happening here, but this ship seems to be coming in fast. What do you do?
Sword's plan is to use his Morning Star, dive towards Kapipi, try and cut a tentacle free, and just pull me and Kapipi overboard.
Okay.
Tires overboard, mate!
Give me a roll. Give me an acrobatics roll.
That is a 19
Oh,
plus a whole fucking more, like 2 or 3.
you succeed. What do you want to do with him? Sorry, you grab him. You roll.
I
grab
want
him.
to pull him away from the tentacles and just roll overboard.
Okay. So Titus, the last thing you see is Sword. As you notice this, you turn back and you're like,
Nice one.
"What's this?" And you see Sword jump, grab, heroically pull Kapipi's
It's kind
body.
of like a combat roll, but I couldn't quite do it with Kapipi in my arms. But you could tell the intention
Am I just
Right.
ragdolled
of
at
a
this
combat
point?
roll.
Am
You're
I
flying.
You're
just-
out.
Yeah,
You're out.
I'm just out. There's Terrence.
He
just
can't swim.
Still inflated there.
Yeah, Terrence is still inflated, sure. So
He's gonna be my buoyancy aid.
So he's-
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't swim, so
Is
he's,
he attached to you?
he's attached to me. I've tied him to my.
So
myself.
as Sword sort of tackles you midair to pull you out of these tentacles, you go straight over the edge of the railing of the ship and actually through that water bridge that was created by the mage. You pass through it as if you're passing through a waterfall. Just you get soaked slightly and then a slight delay and splash. You're in the water. Like you say, Sword's capable of swimming, and you, Terrence, is still inflated, and he's keeping you afloat.
just
He's sort of moving his legs a little bit as well, like.
I'm like a beach attendant, kind of like holding him, like trying
lifeguard?
to paddle to lifeguard,
Yeah.
trying to swim to shore, kind of style.
Okay, so you're trying to hold his head up. He's
Yeah.
good. Titus, what do you do?
with me, sunshine.
I'm just wondering whether I should keep attacking. There's part of me that wants to keep attacking. I don't know
You
how
can,
far.
totally can.
How far away is everyone? Are they within
they're-
a 15-foot cone?
Yeah, I'll let you do a big cone blast. Yeah.
I'd like to burning hands.
Okay.
And just fire a fireball cone towards the 3 enemies in front of me.
Very good. So you do 13 damage,
Yeah.
and none of them succeed in their dexterity saving throw, so they're caught off guard.
So you can do the full damage to them all.
And sorry, how much damage was it?
13, wasn't it?
Okay.
6, did you roll that?
Yeah,
one?
I've rolled those now, yeah.
Okay, damage. Okay, 2 of the bandits, the dexterous one, the regular one, you incinerate them. The last things you see, you hear more than see behind this huge gout of flame you've let out. weapons clanking to the floor, more screaming. I mean, you hear a lot of screaming with what you do. Like,
It's good. The screams mean I'm doing well.
However, the rock actually has picked up one of the bandits as his fires come in, and he's shielded himself a little bit. He's singed. He's lost most of any of the hair he had. All of his body hair is gone. He's smooth as a baby. You smell burning hair. Quite a lot of that. The Kraken priest, however, seems to have taken no damage. Sorry, I called him what the monster's name is. But essentially, they've taken no damage. What they managed to do, just as you were doing that, they've dropped the tentacle spell, and the water that was part of that bridge across. They've managed to pull it in front of them and essentially neutralize the flame by using sort of a wall of water. That water is now dissipated, and they're stood there looking shocked.
Do we know where the hat is at any point? Because I remember we left the hat on the ship.
You don't know where it is.
We don't know where it is.
You can't see it.
I couldn't
obviously.
try and get it suddenly nearby.
No. There's a good chance it's probably in the captain's quarters.
Okay.
So if you went there, you might be able to find it.
But to get away from that would
not
require
the rock's
a couple
head,
of
is it?
moves.
I'd also like to remind you that the chest with the frog in is actually just off to the side of the deck
Fell to the
somewhere.
side of the ship, didn't it? Yeah.
Anyway, Titus, after this,
Off the ship.
No. It's like stuck in like one of the railing inside one of the railings on the right hand side of the bow.
Is it near me? How many feet?
It's not far. It's about 10-15 feet.
10, 15 feet.
However, as you get this spell off,
Yeah.
to your left, clunk, this large craft manages to make a dot. It makes contact with the ship. The walkway with the initial loblin comes down, locks over the balustrade. Its teeth are in, much like those wall mounting towers you might have seen in Warhammer, Lord of the Rings, those sort of things. Comes down, locks in place,
Nice.
and the first the loblin's there, looking like
Goblins aboard!
And you see that hook there? That hook is usually used for like another way to set the ship.
Like a thick fishing line off the front of the
Exactly.
vessel.
So it's a tendril. I've got a description here for those not looking at an image. A large antenna-like protrusion with a boarding hook on the end extends above and beyond the boarding ramp, ready to hook onto anything it can. It's long. It's about 20 feet at least. This hook comes over as the momentum of the ship stops against the edge of the clumsy goose, and the ramp comes down and locks in place. The hook flicks down, and the hook comes down and by chance droops over the shoulder of the wizard, the weather wizard, the water wizard, the Kraken priest.
Nice.
Comes down and over, and as it retracts, the hook sets firm in the chest of this mage.
Whoa. Flashbacks.
And just tears him exactly.
Flashback.
You've seen something
Cuts
similar to
to a
this before.
flashback.
Yeah, when your
My
grandfather
Gibby
was
getting cut through.
when your grandfather was cut in half by the anchor. Very similar thing.
Gibby, no!
There's a moment where the mage realizes what's about to happen as the line droops over his shoulder, and then bam, it's pulled taut and just tears the guy backwards in half, and you see him disappear over the gunnel.
Whoa.
Okay.
What a turn of events.
Yeah. As the first loblin jumps down to the deck, two more sort of very alert and ready to fight loblins jump down behind him, and they just swarm this bandit captain, the Rock. The Rock doesn't know what to do. They're all coming from three different positions, and they're completely fresh. One of them jabs out with their spear, takes him in the leg. The other one jabs him through the shoulder, takes him through the shoulder. And finally, the last one jumps onto his chest, pushes him back onto his back, and uses his little pincer just to clip him in the throat.
Oh my god. So
Right.
brutal.
And,
we don't see any of this. It's all Titus.
Yeah, and that's all you see.
Yes!
Luckily, none of the... And you're out of initiative. So these three loblins have just masterfully just dispatched this big dude, and they get up, turn around, they're quite happy. They're like, "Right, mate,
Good show.
how's it going?
That was...
You must be Titus," one of the leaders say.
I am Titus. Who are you?
"My name's Dick. This is Bick. That's Chick, and then there's Ron."
Oh, hi guys. Thank you so much. You came just in the lick of time. We were really getting spawned there. A couple of my guys are jumping over it, in fact. I don't know if you saw him.
Oh yeah, should we chuck him a rope or something?
If you could, yeah, that'd be really helpful.
What do you want to hit? Oh, we'll do it. It's fine. We'll
Yeah,
do it.
you guys seem like you've got a handler thing. So
Okay, they
that's
chuck a
really good.
rope
I'm a bit exhausted.
over. You guys, like, when you're in the water, when this has happened, you see
fuck's going
you
on
see the
there?
craft like gong, gong,
Titus must be butchered by now.
on the side. Whilst this has all happened, you're down in the water. You're like trying to keep him. away.
Baby, I'm just slapping his face.
And you hear like a sound that was Titus using his
Oh,
burning
God.
hands. You don't know what's going on there, and then yeah, you hear
Kapipi! I'm gripping his face and just shouting into his face. Kapipi!
as you're doing that, a rope just down in front of you in the water as you're kicking up. And you look up,
Titus!
and over the railing is just these three loblins, just like, "All right, mate,
Oh, fuck.
you want to hold on?"
Yeah, I'll wrap it round my arm.
Okay.
And then grip hold of Kapipi.
Together
And
they
Captain
hold
America
you.
helicopter scene.
Okay. So you're holding the rope and then holding it with the other hand. They pull you up and over the side, and then like you're wet and soaking, and then they've laid you out on the deck, and they're like, "Is your mate all right?"
No, he's not. He's out cold.
You're not slapping him hard enough. Go slap him harder.
Yeah, you can
We're both slapping him. No, like this.
Come on!
And then from behind the front two Loblins who've helped to pull it up, one of them pushes through, and he's clearly sort of like the medic of their team, and he rummages through a little
Don't
bag.
touch his body.
Okay, I won't. And he gets.
What are you doing?
Just some potion, mate. It'll wake him up. Ready?
Not poison.
It's not poison, I promise.
All right.
And they pour it into your mouth, Kapipi, and it heals 1d4 plus 2 HP. You get 6 HP back. Like it.
Wow. Kapipi. We thought we lost you, sunshine. Thank you, Loblins.
Guys,
No problem.
what happened?
All right,
Where's Terrence?
don't milk it.
Where's Terrence?
He's here. He's fine.
Oh, I'm relieved.
Look, he's floating around your head.
He just deflated.
That's disgusting.
Oh, bloody hell.
Welcome back. I'm so glad
That thing
you're
looks
back.
delicious. What is it?
It's a horned rabbit.
Oh,
Who are you?
well, my name's Tick. This is Bick. That's Chick. And in the boat's Ron.
Ron.
We're part of the Loblin Free Navy. Good to meet you. It's a real chance Providence that we got you.
Pincer.
Yeah, it's like a
bow.
little pincer, but it's very gentle. It's sort of like, yeah, you put your hand in, and they're just like, they're very like, it's like a real, it's an etiquette thing amongst Loblins that they like try to be really gentle with
They
their
like grab
with
my
their
hand,
hands.
like pull me up just to my feet. or
Yeah,
something.
sure.
Have we?
But like they're quite a lot smaller than you. So like they pull you a bit, and then you're like,
Few of you.
okay, right,
I've got it. I'm on.
Yeah, okay.
Guys. Oh, I saw things. Mainly bright white things. And then nothing.
You were so close to death there, mate. I thought we were done for. Honestly, sorry guys, but I assumed that you were also trying to take our ship.
These
Well,
guys saved us.
You're bloody
know.
lucky.
Yeah.
We were diverted from some privateering we were meant to be doing for the Free Loblin Navy. And we got a message from Loblin High Naval Command who said that we'd divert to this location and see where exactly our mate Mikkel Salgo's ship was. When we came into range, we noticed you guys were in a bit of trouble, so we got the clappers going and we moved up and helped you out here.
Oh, you work for Mikkel, in a way.
Yeah, he's done a few favours for the Loblin people over the years. We mainly out here privateering. We raid and attack ships such as these corsairs in order to fund.
Bad ones, mostly.
Oh yeah, just the bad ones. I mean, we're getting oppressed, systematically oppressed and destroyed by the Church of Triangulus.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
They're
That
taking
sucks.
taking our land and all sorts of stuff, and we need money to resist. So this is one of the ways we've done it. We've got our ship here, the Tiger Prawn. Look at the beaut.
Oh, it's great.
It's wonderful. But
Yeah.
I don't know how it's staying upright like that on that pole.
Great
Well,
design.
it's locked on now. As soon as you stop speeding up, if you look inside and if you want to show the internal. So what you can see here is a crew of 4 Loblins. Ron's the captain. He's still in the captain's seat back on the ship. The other 3.
Hi, guys.
Alright.
They use a system like a pedal system. They're basically all on little bikes, and that powers the prop, right? And they
It
use
looks so mechanical from outside.
yeah. So right, so
Christ, you guys pedal all the way here.
essentially how it works is they skulk about, they find their targets. This is just like a semi-submersible hydrofoil hybrid, right? So they skulk about using the semi-submersible mode where they're just cruising about underwater. They're just a little bit above the ocean line. Very, very difficult to spot. Then when they find their targets, they then, all 3 of them on the bottom, really get going. They pedal like bloody crazy, and then they extend the prop and curve the tail around to create the hydrofoil. That reduces the amount of resistance the boat has in the water, allowing them to go much faster. And that's when they go into their sort of charging state, the part where they attack. So the Loblin Free Navy is an extension of the Loblin Nation. The Loblin Nation, as you might know, is it's native to the Thousand Teeth. They've been here since people turned up. However, their friendly demeanor and their sort of willingness to help people out has meant that they've really been exploited and turned into servants largely. And there's a strong core of this sort of resistance military that are trying to make the Loblin Nation richer and more equipped in order to resist the effects of sort of, empirical invasion ultimately. the church and the empire are all trying to take advantage of them. Loblins live in the land, in burrows and things like that, on land. Very advanced, complicated burrows.
We're not affiliated really with like the three-pointed star or anything that is oppressing Loblins, right?
No, you're just
pretty
adventurers.
neutral.
Yeah.
Would you imagine us coming
speak to
across
Tick?
them in the past?
Yeah. I mean, you would have seen them in the pubs and bars a lot. They're like servants mainly. People
Right.
use them as servants, but they're still, they're relatively proud people. However, they're happy to help. They, like I say, they have a helpful, kind demeanor a lot of the time. These guys are not unusual, but for them to be sort of competent military, these are Marines essentially. These are the Marines of the Loblin Navy. They are in the minority in terms of their competence in combat. Usually Loblins aren't particularly violent or anything like that. But yeah, this is our ship, the Tiger Prawn. We're very proud of her. Got the greatest minds in the Loblin Navy developing our submersibles.
A
And
fantastic ship.
thank you. But we came here really because, like I say, we got a message from Naval Command. As a favour to Mickle. We did some serious, our wizards back at base did some serious scrying to work out where the bloody hell you lot got to. And then upon seeing you in trouble, we thought we'd attack and help you out.
Oh, that's great.
Mickle has got a lot of contacts. It's quite clear. We've clearly done a contract with the right guy.
Yes, we'll send news back to him to tell him of the Fat Duck's condition, and we presume you'll be returning it soon.
Absolutely.
yeah.
We're on our way right now,
Yeah.
in fact. We found the ship quite near here, so we're just on our...
Although, Tick,
way
my
back.
curiosity is getting the better of me. There are 2 ships here. Are they still there?
Yep.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm very curious as to what's maybe on these ships.
Well, let's.
Why don't we just explore those? Can we explore those? Should we?
Well, the Loblin Navy does actually require resources. Part of the reason we were out here is to privateer, and part of this deal was that we were allowed to keep any of the loot that you lot didn't have on
so we don't
board.
get one of these ships.
okay.
We're going to have to take these both back. We deconstruct them and use the materials to make other things for the Loblin Navy.
He almost died.
I'm
but they did
really
also save my life
sorry.
at the
He
same
did
time.
get saved by the
That is awful, but it's your incompetence that really led you there, and it's our sort of, saving.
Yeah, you
that,
don't have
in
to
a way,
spell
you
it
are
out.
extremely indebted
Wow.
to us.
Yeah.
Are we able to
I
reclaim
get
anything
that.
they took? I mean, obviously they took some of our stuff off board. I'm not sure if it's all off.
Can we
board
just-
Anything
or-
that's yours, you can grab.
Well, can we
Nice.
just go
Well, that's
and-
good. At
can we
least
just go
we're
and
as-
check that anything on there that was ours, we can just...
Of course, of course. Yeah, of course. But
Thank you. You're
Well,
very
obviously, we need to
reasonable.
get paid by Mickle. That's the whole reason we're out here, risking
Yeah.
our life and limb. you know.
Absolutely.
And
I'm
ship.
surprised you're not carrying any other contracts or other goods and things
Oh,
to
we have
double
actually
dip.
got another
Oh,
contract.
you are right. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you know the wizard nearby, Periwinkle.
Oh, we haven't in Canada, no.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Us
don't know.
neither.
Spent a lot of time beneath the ocean, beneath the waves.
Yeah, of course.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Smells awful in that ship. We need to open that door like once a day, otherwise the smell is just incredible.
Wonder-
fishy,
As much
yeah.
as we are
It's like a scampi fry.
indebted to you and we are extremely grateful, we're going to be unable to fulfill our contracts if we don't have a ship.
We keep this?
Oh, of course you keep. I mean, the clumsy goose is yours until you return it, of course.
He meant the
it's
other
the
two
other two
ships out there.
ships.
that he was
Right.
saying.
Oh, the other two ships are
And then
property
we're
of the
definitely
Loblin
returning.
Free
Get them out of
Navy.
our
So I'll
hair.
tell you
Get
what,
them out of our hair.
so
They're in the way.
we'll just go through the other 2 ships, make sure there's nothing of ours on there, then you can have them. How
They might
about
have
that?
stolen it already.
That sounds very reasonable. Me and the boys will get back. We need to go grease up our pedals and stuff for
All right.
our.
Fair
it's-
enough.
Or doing one of those charges, the hydrofoil charge that you saw us do, pretty cool, right? It takes a lot of grease out of the bearings, so we got it. Give us a shout when you're done,
If
yeah?
you need grease, this guy...
Oh, you're a greaser.
I'm a greaser, yeah. You see
Nice.
that burnt patch there on the deck?
Oh, yeah.
Lit up like a Christmas tree. No
Wow.
Christmas in.
Well, we don't want that for our shit.
Oh, don't put fire on it, but I got the grease.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, anything you can do to help.
Also, I'm a bit of a tinkerer, you know. I'd be interested to see how the pedals work and stuff.
Well, by all means, come up the ramp, have a look around.
All right, you boys,
Nice, okay.
go.
We'll do
Well,
the-
actually, I
we'll-
know someone who can help us out with this stuff. Can I go down and get the hat and pop it on?
Oh,
that we can
yeah,
get
yeah.
the
So you
crew
go
to
into the
help us?
captain's. Yeah, look around. Yeah,
Nice.
the hat
I
is just
wonder if
on a
we
hook
left-
in the corner.
Oh,
Okay.
it's there, is it?
Right, pop the hat on. I'm popping the hat on. There we go.
Hello, sir.
Oh,
Good to see you
thank
again.
you, John, because it's been a while. Well,
It
feels
has been a
Has it
while.
been a while for you? Or just a moment of instantaneous?
Oh, well,
I don't really know how you
I couldn't really
experience
tell you. Yeah, this is, by the way, what Dinky Doinkers looks a bit like. This is something, again,
Okay.
the artist cooked up. He is a tiefling in a sort of officer's jacket, trousers, and boots. And he looks reasonably smart, reasonably helpful, reasonably posh.
Dinkers, mate. We've
Yes.
run into some trouble. We've lost some of our precious things off board onto these other
Oh.
ships.
And he looks around and he's like,
grabbing them.
What the bloody hell happened? What?
Yeah.
Is that burnt?
Yeah, we need to get that sail back up, clean this whole deck. This deck kind of got a bit messy. Some altercations
Corsairs.
happened. Yeah.
Trying to take this
There's a
beautiful
man
ship.
with acid in his face over there. That was me.
He's going to have to be tossed overboard.
Well, no problem. I've got a specialist for this.
Brilliant.
He claps his hands and into existence puffs another character.
Oh.
And this character's slightly different from the other ones. He notices you. He recognizes you. He's able to interact with you.
Oh.
This is... You're right, mate. I'm Barry Loveboat.
Barry.
This is Barry Loveboat.
Barry.
He's the bosun. And the bosun on the ship is often the one who's often charged with repairs, specialist repairs, making sure everything's put back the way it is, painting. Yeah, nice to see you. I'm Barry Loveboat. I'm a specialist in TLC.
I was worried where that was going.
Barry, I love your tattoo. What does that say this?
It says living on Dinky time.
Of course. Nice.
So
Lovely.
Barry is actually Dinky's lover.
Oh, wow.
Now.
Do we know
Oh
the
yes,
ship?
Barry's been with me a long time, and I with him. He's
In a
the
kind
only.
of a sexy way?
Oh,
When you
of
say
course.
with,
Just colleagues or
On the,
mates?
oh no, not
Professional?
just colleagues.
not just professional.
Professional and romantic. We spend a long time on the seas together, and there's no one I'd rather spend it with than my mate Barry.
That's lovely that out here
That's
you've
great.
managed to find someone to be with romantically.
Romance you don't
Nice.
see often out on the sea.
Absolutely. Well, often we find ourselves getting the horn whilst out and about. They've both
Referencing his horn.
got horns. That's right. What I can do for you is I can help you repair the ship. Right.
Oh, he was well.
Okay.
And now he's
He's not. He's trying to be a Geordie, just so you're aware.
Okay.
He goes,
He's supposed to be Geordie.
in fact, if a couple of you have got a bit of time, you can help me put the boat right, real quick. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll help you
Well,
any way we
yeah,
can.
we've
I
obviously.
just got to hop on the other ship, but these guys,
Yeah.
they're free
Yeah,
and
well, we've
available.
also. I was just going to pop over to the other two ships and just check there's none of our stuff on there. But I can
Yeah.
quickly do that and then come back and help if that's all right.
No problem. Dinky, mate, give me a shout when you need me. And he just disappears again.
Nice.
And Dinky's like, I have no idea where his accent is. Hard to place, that
It's hard to
accent.
place. I'm not sure. I couldn't
It's wonderful,
locate.
but it's hard to place.
You never asked him.
Oh, no. We the only place that we care to be is in each other's hearts.
That's fair enough.
Oh, you can't
very
write this
romantic.
stuff.
You can't.
It's just magical.
You shouldn't.
Well, let's recover our lost belongings.
Yeah.
I think is that the box? Oh, that's got the bloody toad in. That box over there. We'll
You
grab that.
better just check he's still in there.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to be careful. I'll point it. Can I pick it? I'm going to pick it up and just point it in the. Oh yeah, I think he's still in there. Yeah, he's a bit shaking around.
Okay.
But he's fine. I'll
He's
pop
all right.
that to one
Right,
side.
the frog's fine. Yeah. Would you want to put him back in the captain's chambers?
Yeah, I'll put him somewhere safe.
Captain's
in the
cabin.
captain's chambers. Dinkers, mate. But the rest of it needs to be sorted, and then I guess we're ready to sail off and continue our mission. We do have some stuff on the island that we need to grab as well. I don't suppose you could help us with that.
Oh, absolutely.
we
Yes,
left
we
it
can
at the
get
top
all
of the
ship
beach.
shape.
Yeah, we left it at the top of the beach. If we can bring that on board, then we're ready to go, aren't we?
Yeah. As I'm
so.
like walking over to their vessel, like on the ramp and stuff, I'm shouting back. There's a couple stones which have barrels in them magically. So if you could bring those on, and there's a pile of other things as well. Mostly, what do we have? We got like 3 barrels of crops, which we couldn't fit in the stones, and 2 stones, and then 10 mankeys in a cage.
10 what?
Do you put that on?
10
Monkeys
what?
that look manky.
They're like monkeys,
They
but
look
a
like
bit
monkeys,
manky. You know?
mutated monkeys.
Okay, I'm sure we've got space in the hold.
It's
Be
an en
kind to them. We
It's a
killed some
trade
of their
deal
friends.
thing.
Yeah, it's an en route contract. You know.
Oh, well, very
Ooh,
clever
we're
of you.
above board. We've got
Often
we signed a
Nickel will
contract.
take those. Well thought out. No problem, gentlemen. I'll talk to the crew. We'll make some plans, and yes, let's get this on. Well, there we go. That is the end of part 1 of episode 3 of Booty, High Seas, Low Expectations. We'll be back with some looting, shooting, loading, and dinking
Hell
in
yeah.
part 2 of episode 3. See you then.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
bye.